Umpire judgment calls are where arguments typically occur, and judging a catch-no catch is one call that will often create an argument no matter which way the umpire rules. Before we begin, it's helpful to understand what constitutes a catch and what does not. The rule in baseball is the same across the board regardless of league or level of play, which helps us out a lot. A catch is the act of a fielder in getting secure possession in the hand or glove of a ball in flight and firmly holding it before it touches the ground. Then down further, the rule continues. If the fielder has made the catch and drops the ball while in the act of making a throw following the catch, the ball shall be adjudged to have been caught. In establishing the validity of the catch, the fielder shall hold the ball long enough to prove complete control of the ball and that release of the ball is voluntary and intentional. Now, what constitutes shall hold the ball long enough? The interpretation of that phrase comes into account on this type of play. More on that later. So the rule is fairly straightforward, but as you'll see, the judgment of the rule is not so straightforward. Here's an example of a not so black and white catch-no catch call. In this case, I had a catch and an out, dropped and transfer. But since this was the third out, his transfer was simply to remove the ball from his glove and toss it to the pitcher's mound. I was surprised to learn that others in the comment section on that video made very good and clear arguments as to why this is not a catch, as he did not demonstrate control by virtue of the ball dropping straight down. Of course, this all happens in real time for an umpire, which adds even more complexity to his judgment. I still call this a catch and drop a transfer, but it's clearly on that judgment borderline. These turn double plays by middle infielders like this have to be extremely fast to be on time, so it's very common for the middle infielder taking the throw at second and throwing to first to never actually close his glove. The ball hits the back of the glove and then quickly is in the throwing hand and on its way to first. The fact that the middle infielder taking a play at second to turn a double play doesn't close his glove does not mean he didn't demonstrate control. Closing the glove on the ball is not the definition of control in this play. This second baseman clearly controlled the ball to his throwing hand. Had he then dropped the ball because his throwing hand lost control, it's a drop and transfer. This second baseman's error may have been made before the game even began. Middle infielders need to make quick glove-to-hand transfers often. For this reason, they use smaller gloves.
Usually you'll see second basemen have the smallest gloves, and I gamed an 11.25 at second base my entire career. At second base, you want to have the shallowest pocket because you're receiving throws from shortstop and third base. And when you're turning two, you don't want to have to reach around, dig around for the ball in your glove. You just want to kind of...
Our second baseman appears to be using an outfielder's glove of 12 inches or greater. With such a large glove, the ball can get lost. Now on to the umpire. His only real mistake is that he doesn't have good timing. There is no reason to rush an out safe call in this situation. Umpires have to practice waiting to make out calls. It's much harder to do than people who haven't done it think.
I'm here, bag, right, he's out, baseball, he's out, right? Eyes got to go from bag, when you register an out in your head, got to go to the baseball, right? We got to get voluntary release, all right? You don't have an out until then. So it's not out at the bag anymore. That's old school, all right? Bag, we have an out. First baseman comes off with the baseball. We should see your head clearly come from the bag to the ball, and then bang.
After this play, they do go to video review, which technically this shouldn't be a reviewable play. The catch-no catch is not a reviewable play in Little League World Series. They apparently look anyway because it's a force out at second, but the review crew should, and maybe they did, say that they can't review a catch-no catch judgment. Umpires have to be watching for this type of play. Take time to see it before rendering a call, and expect some pushback from a coach no matter which way you rule.
Ball for Dan.